everybody. Welcome to FNN. It's good to be back here, huh? And I'd like to thank all those that emailed me during my absence. You all know who you are, and I very much appreciate your concern. Yeah, so things are looking pretty good, huh? Yeah, more wars from these warmongering some things never change, eh? So where was I? So things are looking good, eh? You have more wars from these warmongering morons running the world, eh? And natural disasters, eh? The collapse of the banking industry, eh? Financial disasters, eh? And all the while you idiot Americans keep waving your stupid flags and believing in your dead democracy, eh? So the greedy, privileged bloodsuckers fucked up and want someone to bail them out, eh? These money-grabbing, greedy, soulless Wall Street Republican scumbags that don't like big government interfering in their lives now act like spoiled brats calling for their mommy. Mommy, save us. And they want to place the burden squarely on the backs of the middle-class American taxpayers. I hope you knucklehead Americans will finally wake up to the absolute disdain this Bush administration has for you. Please wake up and take your country back, Please wake up. Take your country back, Take it back from these reptilians, Speaking of reptilians, let me get back to my explanation of where I've been, First, I was out covering the Democratic Convention, where I started puking from the time it started and continued puking right up until the Republican Convention started. And the Republican Convention made me stop puking. Because puke is too good for these Republican assholes, So I started doing what any good Frenchman would do. I started hurling dog shit and obscenities like a drunken French sailor, At which point I was beaten, arrested, and tasered, and not necessarily in that order, And then I was brought to a holding cell like I was in China, where I was interrogated and tortured, But just as I was about to be waterboarded, I was once again abducted by my little alien friends, Maybe they're not so bad after all, I do prefer an anal probe over waterboarding, Not that I like the anal probe, don't get any funny ideas, And speaking of knuckleheads, did any of you knuckleheads take notice that, surprise, surprise, right before the Republican National Convention, a little war broke out between Russia and Georgia, You know the Republicans, there always has to be the specter of war looming over everyone's head, They love to play the fear card, Whoa, what the hell is that? What are you, crazy? You're scaring the shit out of me, Little wise guys, Idiots. Yeah, these guys think they're funny, Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, the Republicans playing the fear card, And did you notice how they immediately remind us of 9/11, And of course, the terrorists. They might as well, since all they have done for the past 7 years is create more and more of these so-called terrorists, Which they use to fill you with more fear. It is repulsive and disgusting, Speaking of repulsive and disgusting, did you knuckleheads listen to Rudy Giuliani's hate-filled speech, Did you notice how quickly he brought up 9/11? He is a disgusting fear-mongering fool who, just like the whole Republican Party, uses the tragic deaths of thousands of human beings for their own personal glory and political gain, Shoving the fear card down your throats as you cheer and wave your silly flags, And he does it with that big phony toothy smile, A real low-life reptilian piece of shit, And speaking of low-life reptilian pieces of shit, did anybody catch George Bush's condemnation of Russia? I laughed so hard I almost popped a nut, This dictatorial warmongering maniac is complaining that attacking and occupying a sovereign nation is an act of aggressiveness. It's unbelievable, Never mind that Georgia attacked first, but the polls on these guys, If they attack a sovereign nation, it's okay, If somebody else does it, it's a problem, You idiots. Hey, remember when the imbecile Bush said he looked into Putin's eyes and saw the soul of a good man? That's because Bush thinks evil is good, And speaking of evil, brings me back to the Republican National Convention and the new celebrity du jour, Sarah Palin, And of course, John McPain in the ass, Speaking of anal discomfort, let's take a closer look at this lipstick-wearing pitbull hockey mom, huh? And speaking of moms, did you see the way John McCain was hugging her, huh? Like she is the ultimate MILF, huh? Anyway, let's take a look at this knucklehead, huh? So I see she prays that this war in Iraq is God's plan, huh? Wow, is she kidding? Does she really believe God wants us to be blowing the heads off innocent men, women, and little babies for the control of oil, huh? Oh, wait, that's right. This knucklehead still believes Iraq was behind 9/11, huh? Did you hear her say that her son was going to Iraq to fight the people that planned and carried out 9/11, eh? Let's listen to her own words, huh? As we once again enter the idiot zone, eh?
You'll be there to defend the innocent from the enemies who planned and carried out and rejoiced in the death of thousands of Americans.
She is an imbecile, huh? But keep cheering and waving your flags, huh? And why don't you ask her how the abstinence-only program worked out for her family, huh? Oh, yeah, that's right. They say that's a private family matter, huh? Unless, of course, it's your family, huh? Then there will be no privacy, huh? They will decide what you should do, huh? Sarah Palin is a narrow-minded extremist religious fanatic, huh? That will bring your country one step closer to all-out fascism, eh? And of course it comes wrapped in a flag and carrying a cross, eh? This knucklehead believes the Bible is literal truth, eh? These imbeciles look forward to the apocalypse, eh? Do you want some premenopausal religious fanatic with their finger on the button, eh? I don't think so, eh? And what about the hot-headed loose cannon like McBain in the ass, eh? Do you want his finger on the button? Did you hear him at the end of the Republican convention? All he kept saying was to stand up and fight, 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 eh? What does everyone got to fight for, eh? Enough with the fighting, eh? What about we stand up and make love, eh? Did you ever try that, eh? You imbeciles, you knuckleheads, wake up! Wake up and smell the bullshit, eh? It's all around you, eh? Oh, what's that? Oh, Homeland Security, gotta go.